I call this meeting to order at 6:01. Everyone, um, I'll pass it over to Lindsay for the roll call.
Commissioner Stu? Commissioner Prakash?
Here.
Commissioner Lau? Here. Commissioner Kumar? Commissioner Halambi? Here. Commissioner Gao?
Here.
Commissioner Deshna? Here. Vice Chair Liu? Chair Misra? Here. All present with Commissioner Prakash, Commissioner Lau, Commissioner Gao, and Vice Chair Liu absent.
Thank you for the roll call.
You.
Is someone?
Did you say I was absent?
No.
Okay, let's move on to ceremonial matters and presentations. The first item is summer events presentation, and the recommended action is to receive a presentation on summer events from Coordinator Christina Lopez.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to go over all of our summer events that we have. We have a busy summer. So we have our 4th of July celebration, which includes morning activities here in Memorial Park. And then we have our fireworks show in the evening with 3 different viewing sites. We have our summer concert series, Disco at Dusk, Cupertino Campout, Shakespeare in the Park, Movies in the Park, and our Kids and Fun Festival. So our concert series actually starts tomorrow. It's every Thursday, June 11th through August 20th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. It's open for all ages, and it's a fun family event outside at the amphitheater. Disco at Dusk is Hollywood themed this year, and it's on Friday, June 26th. And if you guys are not familiar, it's like silent disco, and it'll be at Community Hall. And that one is a registration based event. And then as mentioned, so for our 4th of July celebration, we have pancake breakfast here in the morning, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we have our flag raising and children's parade at the Veterans Memorial at 10 a.m. Following that, we have our summer concert. It is actually going to be Fire Peach is the band name. 10:30 a.m. to noon, and that'll wrap up all of our morning events. We will also have games and activities outside for everyone to enjoy.
We'll also have swimming at Blackberry Farm that we had. So during the day, Blackberry Farm pool will be open.
And that's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I believe. Yeah. And then in the evening, we have our 3 viewing sites: Creekside Park, Sedgwick Elementary, and Miller Avenue will be closed off for viewing. The fireworks will go off around 9:30 as long as weather permits. And this one is also a free event as well. And then we have our annual Cupertino Campout event. It is an overnight event at Creekside Park, July 18th through Sunday, July 19th. And you can register and visit our website if you guys wanted to have your family experience camping for the first time. It is a fun family event with s'mores, different activities, a movie, and just a nice experience in the park. And we have Shakespeare in the Park. This year's theme or show is Antony and Cleopatra, and they will begin on July 25th. They have 2 weekends, or 3 weekends, sorry, end of July and then through August. They will be doing an hour-and-a-half show and no breaks for that. They'll just go straight through. It is at the Memorial Park Amphitheater, and it is also a free event. And then movies in the park at Creekside Park. This year's lineup is GOAT, Bugs Life, Freakier Friday, and Superman, the newest one. And August 7th through the 28th, and movies will start around 8 p.m. depending on sunset. And then last but not least, this is our Kids and Fun Festival, which is presented by Taiwanese Cultural and Sports Association. They are a nonprofit organization, and they put on this event every year. It'll be here in Memorial Park. There's a lot of vendors, activities for everyone to enjoy, and this is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is free to attend as well. Alrighty, and that is all of our summer events. That does not include all of the summer camps and everything else we got going on too, so we're busy this summer.
Thank you so much. Let's start with questions. Are there any questions? Okay, are there any public comments?
We have no speakers, Chair.
Okay, so now for comments from the commission, this is the best place to give your guys' speech. So for the movie events, is the lineup in that order, like super
Yes.
fast?
Yes, yes, Superman will be last, just because of the more of older age range and a lot of kids will be in school by then. So when it's play the kid friendlier movies first before they go back to school.
Okay, so for the viewing sites for the July 4th event, did it change from last year?
No, it hasn't changed. Might be confusing because Miller Ave is a street, so people don't realize that you guys can sit on the street, bring your chairs, blankets and stuff and see the fireworks from the street.
Okay, and for the Blackberry Farm pool thing, is that free of charge for anyone to run?
I believe for residents, it's $8 and non-residents is $13 per person.
Okay, sounds good. So for the like movies that are more targeted towards like the younger residents, are those happening like towards the beginning of the event?
For the season, yes, but they all will start around 8 o'clock. So when the sun sets, when the screen, you're able to see the screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
are there any suggestions? Okay. All right, thank you so much for the presentation.
Girl.
Okay, the next item is approval of minutes. Subject is approval of minutes, April 8th, 6. Recommended action is review and approve the minutes from thing on April 8th.
We have these chairs right here and then the speakers.
Whenever you're done, feel free to look up. Okay, are there any questions?
I've got a question. I was absent at the last meeting, so I just wanted to ask, like, why did we decide not to grant the youth-led organization highlight to unfunded tax?
Yeah, for that one, I think, what I remember is that it seemed like a really new organization and they mostly had plans for things, but they hadn't really executed anything yet. Is there anything to add on? Because that's just what I remember. Okay, that was the case. Are there any other questions? Any public comments?
We have no speakers, Chair.
Thank you. Any comments from the commission? Okay. I'll pass it over. Motions.
Did you have a motion in a second?
Oh, sorry.
Not yet. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
April meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
I see.
Commissioner Sue? Commissioner Prakash?
Aye.
Commissioner Lau?
Yes.
Commissioner Kumar? Commissioner Halambi?
Yes.
Commissioner Gao?
Yes.
Commissioner Deschmok?
Yes.
Vice Chair Liu? Chair Misra?
Yes.
The motion carries with Commissioner Kumar and Vice Chair Liu absent. Did I miss her? Oh, and Commissioner Sue absent.
Thank you. Now we have no postponements. Do we have any oral communications?
I see no speakers virtually. Would any of you guys like to speak? No? Okay, I see no speakers. Check.
Any old, okay, no old business. Okay, moving on to new business. We have a bunch of items here today. The subject for item 3 is Teen Resource Fair, and the recommended action is receive a presentation and provide feedback on the 2027 Teen Resource Fair from Recreation Coordinator Robert Kaufman.
So. Hello, Teen Commission. We had a great year. Happy to be here. I got a few things to present to you tonight. Good bookend, strong school year. So here's the agenda. We're gonna kind of briefly go over the event. Most of you were there that day, so this will be kind of like a refresher for you. And then, yeah, you'll give us some feedback on what we did right, what you feel like want to add, and what we can maybe try to get cooking for 2027. I know I said 2027. Yeah. You have questions? No.
This is our, the
Oh.
agenda, it's just.
Oh, what's the first thing? Okay.
We don't have.
Anyways.
Yes.
You were all at the 2016 Resource Fair. Most of you were tabling for, well, you were all tabling for Teen Commission. I might have peeled off one of you to table for a different program that you might have been a part of, such as Leaders in Training and whatnot. Just to kind of give a rundown, I think this year was our 3rd year doing the Teen Resource Fair. Started a couple years back. Kind of an amalgamation of a few other events and, in one of our commissioners, siblings, Judy Halambi, a former commissioner, kind of helped with us kind of forming a partnership with, FUHSD, FUHSD's ADC, the wellness committee to kind of help us put this event on. So each year we collaborate with them. They bring some of their booth partners. For us, it's a great opportunity to showcase our city jobs. Other coordinators are recruiting for part-time positions, whether it's a year-round position or like a building attendant, or a big one for us is all the summer jobs that come up, such as lifeguarding, rec leaders, stuff like that. For me, it's a great place to showcase all the team programs. I love having my little teen program corridor between Teen Commission and Youth Activity Board, and now we have Rev in there, and now Techie Teams too. Great place to have all those things. And yeah, we do it in the quad area of Main Street, the little lawn between Phil's and I think what's now a boba shop. It seems to change every year, but I believe it's boba shop now. Is it 18? No.
18.
It's 18,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So it's a few hours. We're all tabling, showcasing our programs, just kind of interfacing with other students, trying to talk up everything that we do here in the city. If they're interested for some of our programs. Yeah, that's really.
Maybe the combination of how it can be a combination of job fair.
Yeah, I mean, also, this event is so the amalgamation I talked about before is we used to have a summer jobs fair. And then we used to have a health and wellness teen event. And we brought them together to kind of kind of consolidate, but also create like a place where we can try to offer as many things for teens in one spot as we can. Not just jobs, not just volunteering opportunities, not just mental health and wellness partners, but it gives us the opportunity to do many things or stay as focused as we can with the things that we have. So there's a lot of opportunity to, look for new things to add to this. This year we had a booth partner that was from the county, kind of showcasing like share a summer internship. I know I've heard internships being kind of they want in the past too. So that's the main kind of recap for this year. These will be, well, don't let me don't let me confuse you, right? But please just want to hear your feedback of this year and what you want to hear out of next year or see out of next year's event.
Thank you. So the structure for this is we're gonna ask if we have any questions and then public comments, and then we'll move on to all the feedback that we have. So do we have any questions from the commission? Are there any public comments?
We have no speakers, Chair.
Thank you. Okay, so comments from the commission. What are the feedback / suggestions we have?
Oh yeah, like one of the big things was like, I think the two booths, most people thought that we were the same thing. And so I think next time we should like separate the tables instead of sharing one table.
Teen commission and
And-
activity board?
And the youth activity board, I think.
Oh yeah, so what I wanted to mention was that like instead of just randomly scattering each of the programs, like I noticed there were some things related to like cancer and like assisting those who have cancer already. And then there's a whole nother thing about jobs. So one of the things we could do to make it a lot more easier for someone who comes there is we could like bracket off certain sections, like this is about jobs, volunteering opportunities. And then specifically like if this one's about, I don't know, cancer research, and this one's about getting involved in the city, that'll make it a lot easier for there.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, kind of sounds like need more signage to kind of denote who's where.
Yeah, because for the structure part that Commissioner Dishnook was just saying, I remember it was kind of like a U-shaped thing.
Classic horseshoe.
Yeah, the horseshoe. And this part was like all the Cupertino programs, and then here, the Santa Clara County thing. And it would have been cool or it would have been more convenient for the people specifically looking to get involved in programs if that was like right next to the other program things. So if we could
I
like.
think that would have made more sense next to like the city stuff.
Yeah, because that's the area where everyone looking to get involved is going. And then there was like the music production club from Cupertino High, and then like the cancer awareness club and all that.
Yeah.
The clubs could be off to one side because that's like an area of its own. I totally agree about about separating the different program table things idea, because a lot of people like just went to the representative and then they like skipped us or other way around because they thought, and then that way it was hard for them to get like one visit to every person.
Gotcha.
I think it would be even better if there were like more tables that were dedicated to like nonprofits or other student orgs, especially ones relating to the FUHSB. Not sure if you want school clubs specifically, because that gets school specific, and the involvement scope for those is also school specific when the event caters to students all over the district. But I think it would be like even more vibrant if there were all kinds of different clubs there. Oh, and for the applications and stuff, relating to those Cupertino events, was there like a flyer that had like all of them consolidated into one flyer, or was it like separate things?
No, you keep it pretty broad on the flyer, just in case there's anybody that kind of like drops or anybody that gets added last minute. Like the county booth actually was kind of the week before. It was like, hey, actually, if we have a little bit of space, you want to join us, and they were able to just kind of like pack up and come, you know? The 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 school district booth partners though, I usually get them to confirm a few weeks in advance. And that kind of reminds me that, you know, the thing about the marketing is usually it's done well in advance, right? It's
Yeah.
done in, it coincides with our brochure cycle. And with the resource fair, we're like talking, we're making the flyer in like October, November.
Yeah.
And we don't really know who's coming, you know, well into winter, early spring at that point, just because everybody's busy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering for like the flyers that we give out to the actual people, like at the event, the attendees for the Cupertino, that segment of the horseshoe. I think all of them were kind of, what I remember is like we would give one flyer out to one person, and then like there was something about the flyers where we also had like visiting cards with like a little.
Okay, so for all of the teen programs, I had all of you consolidate onto one webpage. And they all had different links to each specific program's application. And so then for every group, I had a different like sign that had like your logo, or maybe there was a supplemental flyer. So, you know, maybe that was a little confusing. I thought it would be easier to make, we produce one thing where it's all there, and then you are just representing your program, and so they can specifically talk to one of you to be like, you know, what's up with teen commission? What do you guys do?
Yeah,
Like, give me some advice on the application, right? And then it's easier for all of you because you could literally are all handing out the same
Yeah.
flyer, the same business card for it. So that was my thinking.
I think that's a good idea. It's better to keep the whole thing consistent, and then you just go to each person and be like, oh, what's this part about? What's this part
Yeah.
about? I like that.
Yeah, so kind of going back for what like Commissioner Dishmuck and you were saying about like, you know, finding a way to at least like make you all more distinguishable between each other. That's something I'll find. I still think like, you know, the fly, like all of it consolidate at once makes sense, but maybe just bigger signage, maybe separate tables. I'll tell you there's a human element to having more booths, right? That's more stuff that we have to lug. But yeah, definitely like a lot of food for thought on that. Can I give you guys a little more? Actually, I thought of something, but you know, every year we kind of have the opportunity to use the other big lawn. It's a little detached, so I haven't jumped for it yet because it's still like that would be a bigger undertaking to go and use both spaces. But seeing as like, you know, the IDC portion is a little more student organization, and now we have more space to kind of like create new like neighborhoods, if you will, neighborhoods of booth partners, kind of like what you were saying, right? Like we have our city area, then we can have our kind of like external opportunities, but like adjacent, right? Like the county feels adjacent. I'm
Yeah.
assuming to you guys, it's all local government to you. So we could have like some county partners. Of course, our mental health and wellness booth partners, and then like a student booth section. This, of course, what I'm proposing or what I'm like suggesting or talking about here is like a much bigger undertaking. It's already hard enough just for the handful of us to like load the van and bring all of these booths over. So we might have to talk about some other details, but that's something that is like possible, you know, and I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like if you think it would be worth to kind of make it a much bigger fair and just have to like spread across to the other lawn. I don't know what you think about that.
I think I like the idea, but it really only works if like you said, you can get all those like booths to come over. I think that YLOs should be like more incorporated in this, like especially YLOs that were built like Cupertino or in the base that they could like market more closer to their audience. That's what I would say, that if we made it bigger, we could include more YLOs.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's even like maybe an opportunity for like the team commission highlighted YLOs. They could be like a higher priority.
Yeah.
to be included.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Something I wanted to mention is that I'm actually really happy this year. We had a lot of attendees. Like even though I was in one of the later shifts, we still had like a bunch of people coming through and like checking through all the booths. Which is something that I really like. But like personally what I saw, it was like more like parents then with like maybe like 12 and under kids who maybe are not really able to join like YB or like our commission. So maybe I don't know, somehow we could find a way to market to teams of those ages.
Well, if they're already coming, why should, are you talking about the, you mean teams of like 14 and up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you have any suggestions for that? We're trying to capture the audience that we most more desperately want to be at the event.
I think when we work with the IDC, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that we can talk about. I mean, for IDC, I'm not sure if I saw, but I don't really remember seeing any videos about like being made to promote the teen resource fair. So that's one of the ways you can reach out to students. And obviously something that we can all do is probably get it in our school blast, like make sure that people are able to see that.
Especially with IDC, like, I think at least in our school, all of the members are part of ASB, so they have that connection with our announcements and with like our Fremont TV and things like that. So if they could send out reports to their school, school advertises it, then we could probably get more.
Um. Yeah, I think marketing's gotten harder on the school district side of the last year or two. I don't know if it's because they feel like they're so inundated between, external agencies such as us putting in requests and, there's like a new student youth-led organization popping up every day. I'm sure they got a lot, right? They kind of are on like a 2-week schedule where it was like, hey, we can only really put this up 2 weeks a meeting. With teens, like I know y'all do stuff last minute, but there's also something to be said about being told something in January. Okay, that sounds interesting. Being told something in February. Oh yeah, okay, that sounds interesting. And then in March, being like, oh, actually, I have a free Saturday, and then coming to. Right? So I mean, definitely for me, it's important to continue working with the school district because they're the ones that are most involved with y'all and your lives. But I'm curious if like there are some things outside of the school district that we can try to explore to get to more of these our exams demo that we're looking for.
I think discussing marketing with IDC a little bit more might be like a good idea because IDC is the only commission that has representatives from every single school who are also directly connected to ASB, which is the organization that goes back to each campus and does whatever their particular blast style is. Like I know for Cupertino High daily announcements, our announcements usually aren't that long. Like there's a lot of like announcements that I'm sure they could fit in some extra material. And even if it's like 2 weeks leading up to it, that might be like the perfect timing to get people to remember. Cause yeah, like how you were saying, if you find out about it right before, that's at least what I've noticed is it's more likely for people to then look at their schedule and mark it down. So I'm sure it works differently in each campus, like there's like Fremont TV and like other stuff, but yeah, this.
You want to visit Cupertino?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know it's a little different between all y'all.
Yeah, so I think IDC would definitely be able to connect you with each campus's like marketing thing. And I think in terms of like external marketing, the only way like so it's with the teen age group, you either market with them in school through the school or like social media, because those are the only places where they're like all consolidated. So that and I guess Instagram would be like the two best places to make sure we get reach. I know every single time we say Instagram, but that is kind of
Hey,
the best place.
it's a good time to remind you, we have our new like Cupertino Parks and Rec Instagram. So yeah, that's a good point. We created that, by the way, kind of like with this exact feedback from you guys, from the Really Teen Commission. over the past few years. And we probably couldn't have even gotten one without the feedback from you all directly. So maybe that's something for us to explore next year, is also like indirectly but directly related to this, is kind of like how do we promote and push our newfound Instagram, get our numbers up on there. We're kind of in like a rebuild phase now that we have that. It's like, it's amazing that we have it, but we do have to kind of rebuild the population that is on the like general city of Cupertino Instagram. But it's a great opportunity because, you know, we're not going to be like right next to, you know, reservoir emergency and wind warning, you know, it's gonna be like, you hit our Instagram, it's teen commission, it's teen resource fair, it's summer camps are starting soon, like, we're excited about that, so,
And starting videos.
and more of
Open
the
to
videos that we made this year, reels, and stories and stuff like that, we have a lot more flexibility with that. So, sorry for the little tangent, but that like just reminded me, like, it's kind of all related.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do we think it would be like a good idea if like to help increase the reach of this account, we like repost their posts on our stories or something? Cause I feel like it's if everyone was to start following this account the way they follow their school's ASB account, then that would be like a really good way to make sure they get everything about like their events.
Sure. And reposting, you know, when we get back into our round of teen events again, you know, stuff like hack and we'll need you guys to repost, share, share.
For that event, do we put flyers up anywhere
For which one?
for the teen
Youth
resource?
fair? We do. I mean, we get them into this, we get them over to the school district's IDC. Post them at the library, all of our city facilities. Put an A-frame poster out. Trying to get it up at Main Street's a little harder, you know, like that's a different facility, and that is one of the like, you know, hardships of working with a different facility, but we try to get out there in the parks too as well. We definitely try to push this one a lot just because it's a very important event for us in terms of just like connecting with our community directly and like showcasing what we do. Other events obviously have their, I mean, obviously we want every event to be successful, but we do try very hard for this event just because, like I said, really just trying to get in front of students and get them information and showcase everything.
Any other comments? I think that's it.
Thank you for having me, Teen Commission.
Be right back.
Okay, next subject is recreation event volunteers, and the recommended action is to receive a presentation and provide feedback on 2026 recreation event volunteers from Recreation Coordinator Robert Calvin. Back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me, Teen Commission. This is our main slide. No? Yeah. Okay. Recreation event volunteers. What is REV? The name REV is derived from title Recreation Event Volunteers. It is a year-round volunteering program that was started 2 school years ago. This was our second year. It came from kind of us utilizing volunteers at events more and more coming out of COVID. And then 2, having being inspired by some of those volunteers that came to a lot of our events. Sothic, Bamula Polly, I believe is his last name. I apologize to Sothic if he hears this, but he's like one of our key like early event volunteers that just like loved coming, you know, obviously was doing it to put some hours in at Harker, but like also just kind of loved doing it with us. And so we We just felt like there was an opportunity to like create a new program, find, like reward the students that do want to like join us often for events. And we get what we need, which is volunteers for our events. Um, this also came in combination with, once again, of course, teen commission giving us some advice, and kind of like helping guide us a bit as we, you know, ideated this program into existence. How it fits into our existing programs, we have Teen Commission, our advisory body, that advises city council and us on like various projects or issues that are important to the youth of Cupertino. The Youth Activity Board, as you may know, they plan and implement teen events throughout the year. And then our our summer programs are leaders in training, which are like our camp counselors, volunteers that are helping run our summer camps over the summer. And then we also have Techie Teens, which is a little more niche, but is another summer volunteer program where they provide tech support for seniors over the senior center. Rev adds to our year-round offering. We have Teen Commission, we have YAP. Rev gives another avenue for leadership opportunities and volunteer experience. I think I said all of this stuff already, so we'll go ahead and skip this slide, but yeah, that's Rev. That was kind of the overview. We just ended our second year. We did have to say goodbye to our inaugural leadership, Joyce Chung and Pranav Gupta, who were also former teen commissioners, kind of helped this program from the idea phase into existence, into reality, and we're very grateful for them, and we hope they have a great first year in college next year. But we had a very successful second year. We're looking forward to our third year and our new leadership for the program, seeing who's excited to take up the mantle. Yeah.
Make sure to talk about the change from the first year to the second year from
Oh, yes. So there's been, if we also want to just kind of talk more specifically and talk about like the progression over the last 2 years. There's been plenty of like growing pains with this program. I'm not gonna say everything is peachy keen. One thing when we first created it was the program, every event was gonna be like a point-based system where we had our major events where we really wanted a lot of volunteers to come. So we weighted those heavier, but it was points, so it was like 1 and 2. So they weighted stuff like Earth Day and Big Bunny, which take a lot of people to help run that event, would be weighted at 2. But we realized very quickly after the first year that like not all events are weighted or cost the same in terms of like energy and time, right? Earth Day is a long event. One event that may be a major event may be a longer event than another one, right? So we converted to an hours-based system, took kind of an average of our total like offerings and based our gold, silver, bronze reward levels based off of that. And I think that's going pretty good so far, especially because hours are something we want to give them anyways. It might as well be based off of that, and it's something that like I think teens like it makes more sense to teens like offer it, right? Because they're already looking at stuff like the Presidential Volunteer Service Award and other programs that are all, they might be submitting those hours elsewhere. So to kind of like condense it into a single currency, if you will, probably just makes it simpler for our rep members to process and keep it going. Yeah, that's probably the big change from first year to second year. Going into our third year, we're looking into changing our calendar a bit. Commissioner Halambi has been here since the beginning, so she kind of knows it's a little confusing, but when we first started, we were doing like July to August was our year. Right? It's just like, it's just slightly off the school year. But with the idea that like, you know, we have a couple of July events. We have July 4th and we have camp out, and those require volunteers. So, you know, trying to find like an endpoint so where you can like kind of end and then celebrate everybody was kind of hard, but after doing it a couple times, we realized like it just makes more sense to just follow the school year. Once again, it's like a don't reinvent the wheel kind of kind of thing. Like, let's just keep it simple for you, for us. Like, follow the school year. We'll go August to June in this case. Well, like really, it's July to June, but July is kind of like a bonus month because students are either here or not here based on vacations and summer programs. But yeah, those are kind of our two big like lessons we've learned over the last couple of years. It's still going strong. We still have about, you know, I think we've had like almost 70 members total, like lifetime so far. And like probably like somewhere around a little over 30 in terms of like active members throughout this year, throughout each year on average. We have a ton of applications waiting for kind of go again next year, so we're kind of looking forward to the expansion of this program and just kind of the really like the just building the name for it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a huge endeavor, actually. It's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding, and it's been fun to see how like it kind of ties into the rest of what we do in this department.
I'll just add that, Robert Kaufman is our team coordinator, and we've been really lucky that, he took the feedback and he took the, two founding members and worked with them and kind of initiated this entire program and has like been growing it. And, like our events just cannot happen. Most of you have been out to like some of our bigger events. They can't happen just with staff. We need to have volunteers. And so the combination of that need, but also recognizing the need of a lot of the students and teens in our area need to have documented volunteer hours. And they want to do those hours doing something kind of fun and meaningful. So kind of taking all of those and putting them together, and that Robert really put in a lot of extra time and really had this as its baby to like start it. And it's been phenomenally successful for our events. So it's brought such an added quality to our events to be able to have volunteers come in bulk, for lack of a better word, that we can get a lot of volunteers all at one time, kind of through a streamlined process, and they're all background checked and ready to go. So very much kudos to Robert Kaufman. So little side, yes.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that kind of reminded me like the last kind of like thing that we hope like this program keeps growing is just you know, that usual thing that I always talk about is like the tangible thing that teens usually like will apply or come out for is something that's gonna like bolster their college application, right? Like that's why you guys do anything, let's be honest, right? But for me, it's like, okay, we know you want that, so we're gonna try to provide that, and we're gonna try to develop these things with that in mind. And then the hope is that you get the bonus, like intangible stuff, you know, the actual experience of being there, the actual experience of like engaging with your community, really just doing the things that us as a Parks and Rec department like value in terms of our work, you know. And I feel like I see that in a lot of you that you come out. I feel like I see the reward there, you know, both sides, the tangible and so. Anyways, I feel like we've waxed poetic.
Back to you.
Okay, any questions from the commission?
Yeah. So do you guys partner with volunteer clubs at high schools? Because I know sometimes high schoolers and middle school show up to these.
Yeah, so Rev being more of like a, you know, it's not, I wouldn't say drop in, drop out, but the goal is to incentivize their members to come out rather than just force them to be out. You know, depending on the timing of certain events, some Rev members are just like way less available than ever, right? And you know, some events are pretty big, so often I might have to reach out to kind of like one day volunteers. I do have like my lists that I used to use before Rev to kind of help bolster our numbers. And usually I have like one other like volunteering group that kind of like helps supplement. So this year, Homestead NHS was James Pablo, I think, was the volunteer opportunity director there. He loved whenever I would throw something out. Whenever I threw a Rev opportunity out, he's like, yes, full, like I'll have some of my members there. So yeah, we definitely still utilize like outside volunteers, and it's a good opportunity to be like, hey, you should join us, like join the program officially, especially if we see them a couple times, like you should be here and with us. And I think frankly, you could double dip if you want to, right? Like we do both. So yeah.
Just wondering, you mentioned like bronze, silver, gold.
Mhm.
What is that like? Like, do the volunteers get like an award or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just symbolic of their commitment, their dedication to the program. It's an hour, like how many hours they put into it, right? You know, for now, we mainly do leadership perfect at the end of the year. Shout them out on social media and on the webpage. And yeah, now that's what we're doing. Hoping to kind of up that as we go, because I know, you know, even just talking about like YLO highlights, I know students kind of like want more. Like I know you guys are pushing for more in terms of the highlighting aspect of it. But yeah, for now that's what.
Sure, it's a good incentive.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like based off of the PBSA a little bit, right? Like just borrowing from their playbook. It's like our gold level members put in, I think it's 50 hours in the year, you know, and that's just like in the one school year, you know. You've been a leader in training, like you know what 50 hours, I think, well, you know what like 20 to 30 hours in one summer can feel like, right? It's a lot, you know, so Southwick did it. It was great. But yeah.
Any more questions? Okay, is there any public comment?
We have no speakers.
Thank you. Okay, comments from the commission. I just want to comment that PVSA had been paused. Probably know about this. Yeah, so, when you advertise Rev, do you usually talk about the PVSA and that Cupertino hours are eligible for PVSA? Because you might want to shift that marketing to like,
We
Conversion.
don't, but I really appreciate you kind of thinking about that. We don't, just because, you know, we're talking about our own program, but that's a great point. Some of the things for other things, actually.
yeah, there's this other one. It's a little more niche, but I think it's called like the Congressional Service Award, something like that. But you can start talking, or you can look into that and see, you know. They have a bunch of different tracks, and maybe you can like, whenever you're explaining the program to potential members, you can be like, this
Okay.
would be good for the congressional.
Yeah,
Service.
it's like an analog, right? Like
Yeah.
a comparison point, because yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of our comparison points the first year was like, well, it's like PVSA, but Cupertino.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
It's always good to know about other like things, you know?
Yeah.
Always good to know whether it's a comparison point to, or just something to borrow from, like borrow ideas from. So I always appreciate you guys throwing out other programs or like agencies that are doing some either similar things or different things. So thank you.
I think the the Rev, like one of the big incentives for joining Rev would be that you're able to like use these hours to apply for like awards that are like kind of on the national level technically. Because like PVSA, you could in your college application you can check national. So yeah, good to know. Are there any other comments?
I think from my experience, like this year, I wasn't able to participate a lot because field hockey got in the way of literally every single event. But especially from like last year, it was a really fun experience and there were like a lot of learning experiences, but also just like it was just really fun time like for every single event that I volunteered for. The only thing that I would say is personally for me, like the emails don't work as well because I often get like flooded and then like I either like miss an email or like I highlight something to go back to later and then I like forget about it because it's just flooded through. So maybe working on like a different communication system. Really comment that.
I appreciate you saying that. I definitely like feel that.
Yeah.
Nobody said it to me up until this point, but there's just like that feeling of like, am I just communicating into the void? Like I have plenty of Rev members participating and coming, but you know, the thing with working with teens is they don't necessarily talk back to you. So like half the time I'm just like I'm just like, hey, here's a thing, please, hello. And then a group of y'all show up, you know, and then it's great. But yeah, that's definitely
I don't like another system that you could use, but like, but no, like. It just, I feel like that just needs to be a little bit more like streamlined. For
Okay.
one specific place that we can go to.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing in particular, but emails just in general are kind of like
Just a little bit phone cause.
it's definitely hard for you guys to keep track, right? Emails. Like how often do you check for like school emails and stuff?
I think the thing is, all of my emails, like all my accounts are condensed into ones, like per day I get like 20 emails and then they all like.
Yeah.
It's sort of like filtered through them, and yeah.
Blur, okay. Okay, I gotta figure that out. But thank you, yeah, I totally agree.
There any other comments? Looks like there are no other comments, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Uh, jump in between, so we just finished Rev, and then we have 3 agenda items. You have much on staff report? Yeah, we do.
I have a couple items.
Couple
Okay.
items.
Really quickly.
Okay, so we're probably, just depending on how much feedback you have, we're probably at around 7:30. If you guys want to pause and text for rights, we'll do that.
Can I go use the restroom real quick?
Yeah, this would be a great time. Quick pause. We still have a quorum, so we can move on if you're not back.
Try to be quick. We can all eat dinner. Actually, I ate dinner before I came.
Oh, what did you have?
I had Marufuku ramen. Yeah, it's very. I got done with Techie Teams. I was like, I'm really hungry right now. Like, I just want to. And I just like drove, and then I like ended up there, and I was like, this is perfect.
Where is Marufuku? Is it on? Oh, it's near Daiso.
Yes. Yeah, so
They have good curry.
sure.
And we all tested. Maybe. These will be fine, and Renee can carry.
Sure. Okay, sub. Item number 5, sub is teen school year programs, and recommended action is to receive a presentation and provide feedback on the school year teen programs from Recreation Coordinator Robert Kaufman. Back.
Cameo. Thank you. Talk about some team programs and events. Some of them we've already talked about today, so I'll gloss over those one pretty quickly. These are our team programs. We have the activity board, recreation event volunteers. Those are year round, school year round. And then we have LIT and Techie Teens, which are our summer programs. We have teen movie nights on Fridays. We're told not to click my pen anymore. We usually do like a Friday in September, a Friday in February, and a fifth Friday in May. Which I think we're gonna reevaluate for, to be honest, we might do one less this year. One or two less, just because I'll tell you now, teen movie nights didn't do as well this year as they did. So looking kind of ahead and about the other things that we do, we might shuffle that energy, that priority into something else. Last year we did Teen Speaker Series, really for the first time, we started it. Sorry, I said last year, this year. We started the year before, but we did like one instance, wasn't really a series, it was a teen speaker instance, if you will. But this year we had a very successful, like, real run of teen speaker series in November. And so we're planning on bringing it again, and these are our proposed dates. Gab and I are currently, have some topics based on, you know, brainstorming, but also some of the advice that teen gave to us over the last couple of months, stuff like being more niche with the topic, right? Being more specific rather than broad. We really took some of that advice to heart, actually. It was very, very salient advice. So yeah, Teen Speaker Series definitely coming back. We're very excited to kind of like grow that program, and just like, it's just a great opportunity to like do something short and easy, but also like provide a lot of value to our. Some other teen events, we have Cupertino Cafe December 13, which is our finals study hall or community hall. We have our teen resource fair in late March. And then we have HAT on that second weekend in April, the beginning of spring break. And then we have Splash Bash in June. And I'll say we just ran Splash Bash this Sunday, literally 3 days ago, for the first time in 2 years. And we actually had a good turnout. We had over 60 teens show up for this event. So we're looking forward to running it again. It's a fun way to like kind of kick off summer. Some of our YAB teams were also like either LITs or rec leaders. So it was kind of like running a short little like fun camp before camp starts the next week. So yeah, that's kind of like our calendar, tentative calendar. Something we're missing on here, but something to start thinking about, and we'll talk about in the next topic, is pizza and politics this year in October. Was that the last slide?
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commission? Is there any public comment?
We have no speakers shared.
Thank you. Okay. Any comments from the commission? So for the movie nights, what did you guys do differently this year from the year before?
Honestly, I think we did better this year than the year before. Like, I think we did more decoration. We had better food, and I thought we had more exciting movies. You know, we had like Superman and I think the new Lilo and Stitch, whereas like previous years we probably showed more like kiddie movies like Minions. Which I know was like throwback to y'all, but it's like, you know, at some point we gotta show some more like current stuff, right? I'm not really sure, you know, I'm not sure we had less of a turnout this year for our movie nights, and it just kind of, I think, I think got a little deflated on running a movie night for less and less people, and yeah, so like going into next year, we're thinking about maybe pouring more energy into some of the other stuff that we have on the calendar that is, frankly, all of them ever. Actually, like Hack had its biggest year since 22. No, 23. Sorry, 23 was the first year out of COVID. Hack had its biggest year since 2023. It was awesome. Yeah, it was fantastic. And Teen Speaker Series really surprised me. Flash Bash had a much bigger like second first time. So, you know, at first I was a little worried that we were just kind of down in general, but really overall, actually, we're up. It's just certain programs are clearly more valuable to at least our day and date students than a couple years ago.
Honestly, I'm not too sure why the movie night attendance would be down this year. But at least for me personally, I noticed that this year a lot of like fun events, at least like even on campus and relating to those, they just seem to have less attendance than in the years past. So maybe it was just something about this year, but I don't know why.
It's like your generation's gotten very serious all of a
Very
sudden.
serious, yeah.
Although you were pretty serious before, it's just, but it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Job fair is going to be super crowded maybe next year. I don't know why we're all getting so serious, but I think it would. So are you planning to cut down to maybe 2 movie night events or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, even maybe one, just to not, just to focus more on like, we have, we have Pizza and Politics and we have Teen Speaker Series. We have also talked about bringing back Cupertino Cafe in the May, in May instead. And that might be more beneficial than like running a movie night for just a few. At least we'll probably have more that will want to come and like enjoy the space, study, eat some food. It's it's not, it's just trying to figure out the priority. And it seems like the value is seen more in like the kind of educational aspect or whatever is best for like your futures, right? It seems to be the priority here. Which, trying also not to lose the concept of the fact that we want to provide places for you to socialize, de-stress, because I feel like you have enough of that already. It's push and pull.
Are there any comments about this specifically?
Yeah, so I guess one of the ideas for movie night is that probably to schedule it on a long weekend, cause like I feel like most of the time people are just gonna like be working on something. But the only time that they'd be really interested in going out is like long weekend, cause even for people that don't go out to like city events that much, a long weekend's a pretty nice like little thing you can go to. Like, hey, look, it's Saturday. I got nothing lined up for the entire weekend. Oh, I'm just going here. Feel like that would definitely help attendance.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I would like to comment on or kind of ask is that I know personally at my school, we also host movie nights. So if you want to find a way to maybe like work with them or like partner with them to host a movie night, that way you have like your audience of like the entire district or city, and you also have the audience of just like that specific school.
Yeah, I like the idea. I don't know like how feasible it would be, but like maybe collaborating with IDC again with like a district-wide movie night. I don't know how that would work or if it even would work. But the other thing I had is also like just being very particular with the dates. I think I don't know about the rest, but maybe in May was because of like finals and AP season because I know that even in like some of my classes when we were trying to plan events, it was just really hard because everyone was like, oh no, I need to prep for this and things like that.
I think for me, the shocking thing was like, we had a movie night in February, it didn't do that good. After having a movie night in, it was either September or October, that did. It was kind of like, oh, these aren't even like the key, like, nobody's showing up times, right? Like, May is hard because we're working around finals and AP week. It's like 2 weeks of May, you can't do anything, right? You can't do anything like before and after, right? It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be hard to find it. But yeah, October, February, I feel like it's a little easier.
Yeah. This is kind of separate, but I also wanted to ask like, why do we not have a study cafe thing in spring? for the finals?
We used to, so we used to do it in December and May. The May one was a lot less attended than December one. So, yeah, I mean, that was why we had the first place to like, open up for like, a May movie night or a splash bash that maybe doesn't happen on June 7th, right before summer camp, just give us a little more flexibility, but might be time to just bring it back to throw something in May that might be like easy for us to run and also like easy for teams to like not feel like they're committed to. I mean, like it literally also coincides with studying for finals, so it's kind of like a win-win, theoretically, so.
Uh, I don't have any comments for movie night other than like, I look forward to seeing what happens next year. I think it might have just been, this was a weird year for movie night kind of things, but I don't know. The point about discussing things or at least like connecting with school campuses is I think really valuable because it might also be a possibility that a school movie night and a Cupertino movie night might just be happening really close to each other. And that would be making people choose the school one because it's closer or more comfortable. Yeah. Because, we all have kind of the same idea of what month is usually most free for these kinds of things.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so even if you don't plan to collaborate with them per se, it would be valuable just to try to find out what their movie night scene looks like whenever you're planning yours. Yeah. Also for pizza and politics, what does the event look like mostly? Like a gist of it.
You're last time, or
I was not there.
you were in commission yet, were you? So Pizza and Politics is a speaker-based event that is definitely like upscale in production. Our video team helps produce it. They're the same masterminds that are like kind of the backbone for stuff like the Crest Awards. So we run it in community hall, same place where the council chambers are. And it's up until this point, it's been a 3-segment live event where we've had mayors and politicians, a lot of local politicians. We've also had like school district board of trustees. We try to put on 3 segments that were flexible on that, of course, but it's a cool event with the hopes of getting teens to be more civically engaged, more involved, and have a little more access to like local politics that kind of affect policy around them.
How does teen commission usually be a part of that event?
Yeah, so hey, we're kind of skipping ahead here. So I was gonna bring it up in the next
Okay.
the next topic, but it is a teen commission. We usually have the chair or the vice chair be like the MC for this event. And we usually invite commissioners out to be part of the audience or maybe be part of it a little bit. Yeah, generally runs this event these days, but definitely a key speaker opportunity for teen commission chair.
Are there any other comments from the commission?
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to make this a team movie night presentation, but clearly we had a lot to talk.
Okay, next item number 6. Subject is speaking opportunities for teen commissioners. Recommended action is review and provide feedback on speaking opportunities for teen commissioners in the 2025 to 2026 term with Recreation Coordinator Robert Kaufman. Welcome back.
Okay. For our penultimate item of the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna kind of quickly go over next year's speaker opportunity that doesn't apply to. Buddy, who's it, second year? Two, right? Sorry, oh, and Jonathan? You're not a second year. You're.
Oh, currently,
Okay, I was gonna say, Commissioner Gall's due, I could have sworn he was.
I heard going into second.
Okay. Okay, sorry, if you're terming out this year. I apologize that this doesn't apply to you, but you two know these things very well, as you've been here, been around. So for the remaining commissioners, I know some of you participate in this year's speaker opportunities. Really hope to see you out next year. Representing team commission, representing Cupertino teams, and kind of flexing some of those public speaking and professional skills I know you all have. So next year we have Monster Mash is a big one. Did you do Monster Mash this year? Commissioner Lundy? Okay. Sue? Commissioner Sue?
Me.
I think it was.
But it was,
No, because I think Commissioner Kumar did Team Speaker Series. So anyways, going into next year, we have Monster Mash MCs. We're gonna be a little less datey with this one, okay? But they're around the same time, so you should generally have an idea of when these things are happening. But Monster Mash is probably gonna be either the first or the second thing. The other one might be Pizza and Politics. Both those are in October. Pizza and Politics will be, like I said.
These are the old ones and then.
Oh, sorry, we're doing old and then we're just doing.
We don't, yeah.
Okay. This is what we had this year.
But we had this last year, but maybe it's a problem.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
so we had Monster Mash, two Monster Mash MCs in October, and then, forgot to add this, but we did have our teen speaker series MC. Which was, two out of three was Commissioner Kumar, the third was Vice Chair Lou. Teen research, spelling bee was open to a few of you. I know, Commissioner Kosh also, joined us for that one. And then I think also Commissioner Lau, were you there this year for spelling bee? Or was that last year? That was last year? Oh, no, Commissioner Kumar was also there. Sorry we couldn't have you this year.
oh no, it just so happened like that day.
Yeah. So spelling bee is always a good opportunity to have some of y'all out. We generally try to reserve Pizza and Politics as like a chair opportunity, and then spelling bee as a vice chair opportunity. But it doesn't always necessarily work out that way. Sometimes also the strongest public speaker might be the more important person, especially for something like Pizza and Politics. We need somebody who's very strong stage presence, very well composed when talking to a mayor of the city. Okay. Going forward, we had so spelling bee was in January, teen resource fair was in March. That one is more of a like, I want everybody to come out. So I think almost all of you came out, if not all of you. And then Big Bunny in March as well. Big Bunny was in March before Teen Resource Fair, on the 7th and 8th, and that's another twin MC. I don't know why I called it twin, but dual MC situation. Where you can play off each other. Hack. This bullet point's a little outdated, the hack judges, but we invite commissioners to come out to hack to either participate as mentors or maybe host workshops. We'd love to have y'all next year as well. We used to have team commissioners as judges, but then just realized like some of these students might be your peers. It'd be a little funky on the judging, right? Earth and Arbor Day, we have 3 MCs for that one, because also it's a long, so. Y'all, right, there you go. Is there anything I'm missing? I feel like I think Team Speaker Series is the big one that's missing off of this slide. but this year we have also pizza and concerts. So we actually have we have more speaking opportunities, more team commission presentation, like representation needed than ever. So next year I really hope field hockey is not so busy because we're gonna need some of y'all, okay? Yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
Yeah, that was the experience, so, but we can do that as part of the feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to feedback, but mainly wanted to ask you if you did, were out to some of these things and had a presence, let us know what you thought.
And then I'll just add that, as just part of the team commission, because, we came to a time where we really had to define that team commission wasn't like running programs because you have the Brown Act, and so it's very difficult to have like subcommittees and meeting about an event. So it's very difficult for you as a body to run, any kind of event. So we really define and split that the youth activity board runs the event, you advise, but we also try to add back into your experience that, that you're given these opportunities to represent teams in the community. And, it kind of started with Big Bunny, I want to say, and people, pizza
Yeah.
politics was always there. And then we started kind of putting the team commissioners in the spotlight at, Big Bunny as like a citywide event. And they were like, hey, how about like Monster Mash? That'd be fun. And then we've been adding, like, Monster Mash used to be one person and now it's two. So we're trying to expand your presence in the community, and like that's what you are doing. You're representing the teams in the community. And we've gotten some like really amazing feedback, especially at Big Benny when you're in front of, 1,000 people, and they're like, oh, who did you hire to be your MCs today? I'm like, those are our team commissioners. And so people were really impressed and amazed. So anyway, just wanted to add in that that's something that we've tried to expand on as much as possible, for the program for you.
Yeah, you guys make us really proud at these events.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So are there any questions from the commission? Any public comment? Thank you. Okay. Comments from the commission. Feedback on these speaking events to everyone who has MC before. I can go first. I have some stuff and then everyone can follow, if you would like. I did a bunch of events up on the slide in the past 2 years. The most memorable one was Big Bunny, because it was a lot of fun, like being able to improvise what to say exactly, because at all the other ones, we get like scripts and we have to say it word for word. But Big Bunny is always really fun. It would be great to not warn, but just like tell the MCs for next year and beyond that it's like something that requires you to be like really upbeat, even if it's like 6 in the morning, maybe 7. And yeah, that's the only thing. But if you find the right person for the job, it would probably make them have a lot of fun and like make it a very upbeat event. And for Earth and Arbor Day, sometimes I felt like we had more MCs than we needed. I think this year and the year before that, I was there and we had 3 MCs. When really you can make it work with a duo. It also sometimes makes it like a little confusing when all 3 of them are up on stage. There's been times where like one of us like kind of tripped on one of the wires because like everyone's setting up, the whole band is there, and then there's 3 of us also. So that's just something I thought. Hack, I only did it for 1 year, and I was a mentor in the 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. shift, so it was very fine. And then what else was
There's research fair where we talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Oh, and the spelling bee. Spelling
Oh,
bee
you
was-
were at the MC last year, right?
Yeah, the last time we
Yeah.
did it, yeah. Spelling bee was great. I have no notes.
Or were you MC this year?
This year, yeah.
It was this year, okay.
Yeah, that was all my feedback.
Alright.
Yes, I can go next. I did the Big Bunny 5K, and Yeah, it was a lot of cheering, but it was very fun and I think really enjoyed it because part of it was thinking of things on the spot and like she said, always being really cheerful.
I honestly didn't go to any because my schedule is really screwed up this year. I'm gonna go to like a ton next year though.
Okay,
That's a promise.
okay. I saw your name on a few things. I wanna see you next year, okay?
Okay, so I gave out most of my feedback to you, I'm so spare. And I haven't really got that many more events outside of it. And even if I went as a non-MC or judge, most of my feedback would be redundant in this case. Yeah,
I'll say for spelling bee, which I did like the year prior. Really, the only thing that I really remember is it's like there's not as much speaking, but it's more like recording information, making sure like just the system is going quick because there's a lot of kids that you have to go through. I think it was pretty fun, honestly, like the entire day, and also Earth and Arbor Day, which we sort of did this year. I really enjoyed that one. There's a lot of good food there, so if you want people to come volunteer and MC, definitely make that a point this room.
Good food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, spelling bee is like mostly it's the MC doing all the talking, but you know, we consider it like you know, you're kind of representing. You're still the face, right? Being up there at the judges table. Um, you know, kind of being in like a business formal and like, you know, you're the ones kind of awarding the kids at the end. I think even if you're not like on the mic saying anything, like just that physical presence means a lot to the kids. Like really does. Like y'all are their older siblings, you know, like kind of like putting on this show for them and making it how important it is, you know. So very much appreciated. I'm glad you had fun.
I mean, I judged for the spelling bee, and I think it was pretty nice because like it's testing your attention, right? So I couldn't like zone out because I had to record everything,
Yeah.
and then
An integral role.
and then it was nice to get to know the Yab people who are also judging right next to me. Yeah.
I like having those collaborative opportunities between y'all. So thank you for being there this year. Appreciate it. Okay, sorry, I'm driving nuts with that.
Okay.
Oh, just one quick question. When is Pizza and Politics? October?
October. I have a tentative date right now.
Okay, okay.
That's why I'm not saying it, is that
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
tentative at the moment.
Just a month.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for item number 6. Thank you, Mr. Kaufman. Now, item number 7, subject to summer meeting schedule, recommended action, discuss summer meeting schedule and availability of commissioners to attend.
Okay, that's me. And I don't have a presentation because we're just gonna really quickly talk about, we have July and August, and then the term will be done for our second year commissioners, second term. So business wise, as far as agenda business, I don't really have anything for July, and that's usually a very tough month. In historically, that's been a tough month. So my recommendation was going to be that we cancel July and that we meet in August. And then next year we will have a like more of a calendar. And so that will be what I'll propose on the calendar. So anyway, we'll do cancellation July is my recommendation, and then attendance August. Say goodbye for our last term people in August. And then September, we'll start the new term. So those of you who've been on 1 year, that will be the start. And we'll have our new commissioners in place, and we'll start our new term. So we'll kind of be goodbye and a hello in August. So I wanted to pass it over just to see if there's any questions about that.
Okay. Are there any questions about that?
Okay.
Any public comment?
We have no speakers too.
Any comments? Are you all planning to be somewhere in town for July/August or. So I was looking at the dates and it's July 8th and August 12th. Yeah,
I know I'm gone for July, so. Yeah.
okay. Is anyone else for sure gone for July? Okay.
Oh, I'm gone for July as well.
Okay, we should probably cancel
Yeah.
it then.
Okay, that just confirms that we'll go ahead and make that the plan, that we will do that. And also probably for a little bit of lack of business as well, so.
Mhm.
Okay, so that will be planned. I'll put that out officially and let you guys know. And that's it for my item.
Thank you. Now, oh, yeah,
You're welcome.
now on to staff and commission reports. Are there any?
Thank you. You say you had a couple things? Yeah.
No, I don't, actually.
Okay. Cool.
I could set that as well.
I have one quick. So everybody should have received, because it went out to your team commission email, that the calling for submissions for America 250. So, and then I believe you're going to get an email in the future about the trust awards, which will be in the fall, that the nomination forms will be due. They usually accept in August, so I don't have the exact information quite yet. It might be. And then just a reminder that current commission would not be eligible to be nominated themselves for crest awards. That's it.
Thank you. Now on to future agenda setting. Item 8, subject is upcoming draft items.
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go through everything on that. Public comment to the reading.
No, not usually for future agenda items.
Okay, so we have a link and I did throw 2 things on there for August and now I can't remember it. It's a link. And so, but we are going to be in the habit of trying to put like, the next 2 meetings worth of agenda items. So kind of making things as much as a little more formal. A lot of, your team commission meetings do kind of come together at the last minute, but this will be a regular, June meeting that will kind of go through and like review all of our team programs and get feedback on. So those of you that are going into a second term should expect a similar meeting in June of next year. So we'll start to get more of established calendar, looking to having like presentations from divisions on certain months, so you can kind of know like, we're gonna get a sports center presentation in this month. We'll present that calendar to the new term in September.
That's good.
Yep.
Would that be all for this item?
Yep.
Okay, great. So time for adjournment. I adjourn this meeting at 7:29 PM.